Most people come to Honolulu looking for Waikiki. But the city gives you far more than warm water and famous sand. It gives you rain in the valleys, history in the streets, and music beside the ocean. And sunsets that make the whole shoreline feel alive. Set on the beautiful southern coast of Oahu. Honolulu feels like a meeting point between native Hawaiian history, island cultures, modern city life, and the Pacific. Every part of the city carries that mix. You notice it first in downtown Honolulu. At ʻIolani Palace, the history of the Hawaiian Kingdom still stands in the center of the capital. Nearby streets move with buses, office workers, flower lay, traffic, and church bells sounding through the heat. You walk beside it. You hear it in the Hawaiian language. You see it in royal names across the city. You feel it in the way Honolulu still carries pride, loss, resilience, and cultural renewal. But the palace's beauty also carries sorrow. Behind its grand rooms is a history of monarchy, political struggle, imprisonment, overthrow, and change. Honolulu's past is not simple, and that is part of why the city feels so layered. You taste those layers at the table. Fresh poke arrives bright with fish, limu, and sea salt. Honolulu food carries the many cultures that have made lives here. From lau and poi to noodles, plate lunches, grilled fish, and rice shaped by generations of migration. Kalua pig, haupia, lokomoko, shave ice, and fresh fruit turn ordinary meals into part of the journey. The flavors feel familiar at first. Then you realize how many histories can share the same plate. Land, ocean, family. Behind the city and away from downtown, Honolulu changes again. A day trip from Honolulu leads toward Kualoa Ranch on the island's green windward coast. Here, the mountains rise sharply above Ka'aawa Valley. Clouds move across the ridges. Sunlight reaches the trail in soft pieces. Open fields stretch beneath walls of deep green. These landscapes became the backdrop for Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. But beyond the film history, the valley carries a beauty entirely its own. One shaped by rain, ancient mountains, working land, and the quieter side of Oahu. Then the city opens again in its local neighborhoods. In places like Kaimukī, Kakaʻako, and Chinatown, daily life moves differently. Laymakers work beside produce stalls. Small restaurants fill with regulars. Local life gathers around food here. Families share tables. Shopkeepers greet familiar faces. Coffee shops, markets, galleries, and older storefronts sit close together where change and routine meet on the same block. This side of Honolulu feels less polished, but more lived in. It shows you the city beyond the resort view. It shows you work, creativity, conversation, memory, and the rhythm of everyday life. And after the palace, the markets, the valley, and the neighborhoods, Honolulu shifts into something brighter. At Waikiki, the coast stretches wide. The shoreline runs beneath palms, hotels, and the familiar shape of Lēʻahi. The water shifts from pale turquoise to deep blue, while surfers wait beyond the gentle break. And city life moves only steps away from the sand. Outrigger canoes return through the shallows. Canoes move across the horizon, their paddles meeting the last light as the Pacific settles into an older rhythm. Travelers move slowly along the beach, as if the ocean has persuaded everyone to stop watching the time. And the whole shoreline carries an easy energy, lively but never completely hurried. Then Honolulu slows down again at Magic Island. The waterfront stretches wider here, with open grass, calmer water, and a clear view toward Waikiki. And a softer feeling makes the whole city seem slower. This is where the day begins to loosen its grip. The sky turns gold. The shoreline starts to glow. Waikiki does not need a perfect sunset to stay with you. It simply lets the evening arrive, and somehow that feels enough. But some of Honolulu's best beauty waits below the surface. At Hanauma Bay, the water becomes clear enough to reveal a completely different world. Coral formations spread beneath the shallows. Bright reef fish move through the blue. Sea turtles sometimes pass with quiet, effortless grace. And when the bay opens toward the Pacific, the city suddenly feels farther away, wilder, and more alive than before. This is where Honolulu becomes more than a beach city. It becomes a complete journey through an island capital, through royalty, culture, prehistoric landscapes, local life, clear water, golden evenings, and a culture shaped by voyaging, language, land, family, memory, and the open Pacific. The sound of the traffic grows softer. By night, everything settles into another mood. Tiki torches glow along beaches and Waikiki's oceanfront walkways. The air cools as slack key guitar drifts from Waikiki. Hula carries language and memory through movement. The last light fades behind the palms. It feels modern, but never separated from what came before. It feels peaceful in a way that follows you long after the journey ends. That is what makes Honolulu unforgettable. You may arrive for Waikiki, but you leave remembering the palace, the mountains, the food, the canoes, the voices, and the city after sunset. Honolulu is not only beautiful, it is layered. It is warm. It is alive with history, culture, flavor, and sea. And when you leave, it does not feel like the city disappears behind you. It feels like some of its rhythm travels with you. And somewhere beyond Lēʻahi, Honolulu is still moving with the Pacific.